الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. أما بعد, عقبة بن عامر, may Allah be pleased with him, relates.
وعن عقبة بن عامر رضي الله عنه قال: خرج رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ونحن في الصفة فقال: أيكم يحب أن يغدو كل يوم إلى بطحان أو إلى العقيق فيأتي منه بناقتين كوماوين في غير إثم ولا قطيعة رحم؟ فقلنا: يا رسول الله نحب ذلك. قال: أفلا يغدو أحدكم إلى المسجد فيعلم أو يقرأ آيتين من كتاب الله عز وجل خير له من ناقتين، وثلاث خير له من ثلاث، وأربع خير له من أربع، ومن أعدادهن من الإبل.
That the Prophet of Allah Azza wa Jal once came out and he said to the Muslims, he came out to a suffah. What is a suffah? A suffah is a place at the back of the masjid of Medina where it is made and prepared for the poor people of the Muslims who don't have accommodation, don't have family, so they live and stay and eat and sleep at the back of the masjid. And they're entirely stone broke. So the Prophet came to them, alayhi salatu wasalam, and gave them a question, as usual, to raise their attention. And he said to them, who among you would like to go to the valley of Buthan or to Al-Aqiq? These are two adjacent valleys to Medina, where they used to sell camels, and buy two camels, or acquire or get or possess two camels without doing any type of burden or sin, nor severing any kinship. So there's no liability on you. So how about getting two of these beautiful camels with big humps and meat, and they're very presentable? So all the companions said, O Prophet of Allah, we definitely love to get this. It's like someone coming to you and saying, how about if I give you two German luxury cars or sports cars? Everybody says, whoa, sure. So the Prophet said, alayhi salam, corrected their ways and means of weighing things. He said that for you to go to the masjid and learn or recite two verses of the Quran, that would be better for you than acquiring two beautiful, healthy, expensive camels. And 3 verses, better than 3 camels. And 4, better than 4. And so on. And this is an eye-opener to how cheap this life is. What draws our attention most? A beautiful mansion, beautiful cars, toys for boys, a charming, decent, beautiful woman, a big, hefty, fat bank account, power, authority. All of this, the Prophet ﷺ tells us to ignore, and opens our eyes to the real valuable things which the vast majority of Muslims have neglected, and that is learning the Book of Allah. It's so miraculous, it's so beautiful, it is so educating. It fills your heart with compassion, with love, with mercy, with trust. Yet the Muslims have neglected it big time, and they have looked for guidance elsewhere. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ is showing us what to do. So again, the beauty of remembering Allah, the beauty of memorizing and studying the book of Allah, which is the greatest book that Muslims can ever abide by and hold on to. And this is the word of Allah, the Almighty, Azza wa Jal. Now the following 3 hadiths are within the same context. So the first one,
وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم من قعد مقعدا لم يذكر الله فيه كانت عليه من الله ترة ومن اضطجع مضجعا لم يذكر الله فيه كانت عليه من الله ترة.
is about whoever sits in a gathering and does not remember Allah Azza wa Jal, and whoever lies down and he does not remember Allah Azza wa Jal, this would be a form of a reduction upon him, and he would be losing something, as the Prophet ﷺ said that it's a loss. The second hadith,
وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم ما جلس قوم مجلسا لم يذكروا الله فيه ولم يصلوا على نبيهم إلا كان عليهم ترة فإن شاء عذبهم وإن شاء غفر لهم.
that no people would sit and gather and fail to remember Allah Azza wa Jal, then this, and they also fail to offer salutation upon the Prophet ﷺ, which is also part of remembering Allah. So not remembering Allah and not being able to offer salutation upon the Prophet ﷺ, which means that they did not talk about anything beneficial, rather only worldly things, this would be a loss upon them. If Allah wills it, then He would punish them, and if He wills it, He would forgive them. It's in Allah's hand, the Almighty. And the third hadith,
وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم ما من قوم يقومون من مجلس لا يذكرون الله فيه إلا قاموا عن مثل جيفة حمار وكان لهم حسرة.
is which the Prophet ﷺ says that whoever a people rise from a gathering in which they fail to remember Allah, they rise as if they had risen from the corpse of a mule, a donkey, and incurring upon themselves grief. Whoa! All of this shows you that remembering Allah Azza wa Jal is not limited to a particular thing. Rather, it's 24/7. When you sit on your own, when you lie, of course, on your own, when you are in a gathering, when you are among the people with you, and you don't remember Allah, this is loss, and this is as if you were gathering on a dead corpse of a mule, stinking. No one's gonna eat it. Flies and insects and bacteria and viruses. This is all because you forgot or you intentionally neglected to remember Allah. How do then we remember Allah? Akhi, it's very simple. When you're sitting in a gathering, you say, the weather is cold. Subhanallah, I remember an incident in Ghazwat al-Ahzab, in the Battle of the Trench, when it was so cold and the Prophet called Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman. Khalas. This story by itself is remembering Allah. When you mention a hadith, guys, the Prophet said, deeds are by intention. The Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you've prayed upon the Prophet. It's very easy, but we do not succeed in incorporating it in our lives because we are distant. We are far away from Allah, from the Quran, from the Sunnah, and from wanting to gather people and call them closer to this beautiful religion. Until we meet next time, I leave you fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب